sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the link. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Play action now for Stafford. Oh, high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They run over center with Williams. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Stafford now. He's got his big tight end, Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, L.A. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Rams will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He finds Devontae Smith. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Hurts looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught left side by Goedert. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And back to work goes Elliott after making the field goal. He'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense ready now for their second drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Stafford now on 2nd down. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. A short throw taken in by Goddard. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Hurts.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Hurts. He'll get this one complete to Brown. That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Philadelphia.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley, working his way for a short pickup to the 48. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, It makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
On 1st and 10, it's Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And it looks like he's got enough for the 1st down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On the carry, this is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Hurts going to hold on to this one. 15-yard pickup there. Good for an Eagles 1st down.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the 1st down.
So not quite 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Hurts going to keep it on the option. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
Quick throw on the RPO to Goddard. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And it'll be 4th and goal coming up. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This a 31-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second down and 8. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That one on target to Kupp. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Kupp in motion. Stafford will throw here on 3rd and 1. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Here's 1st and 10. Play action, Stafford. Going right back to Nakua, complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. A 1-point affair, 7-6 is the score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. Second down, it's Stafford. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. They'll try to run it with Williams. And he's not going to get anywhere. The defense doing its job, and now it is 4th and goal.
Clearly trying to catch the defense by surprise, Mike. If the draw works, it's a touchdown. But being down here in the red zone, this is a tough spot on the field to get away with running that draw play.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Carty's kick is good. And the Rams extend their lead to 10-6.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
To return is Kenneth Gainwell. Oh, he's got room past the 30. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here. beginning with 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Jared Verse there to make the tackle. On 2nd down, Hurts. Out wide, here's Smith. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Once again, it's Barkley. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And, Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about, and they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Here's Jake Elliott for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And the drive begins with a run by Williams. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throw it on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. Wow! And it winds up a very solid return as he gets it up past the 30. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. This one is caught by Dotson. Finding room at midfield. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Here's Barkley to the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
They'll go again with Williams. And he'll work this out to the 23. Jordan Davis, the man in the middle, brings it to an end. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He'll take a shot downfield, looking for Kupp. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's fielded at about the 18. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. He's brought down by Kobe Turner. To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That one caught by Smith. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll run it here with Saquon. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. I'll run up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage across the 50 to the 48. Man in motion is Brown. Hurts to the air on first down. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Rams offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw is Stafford. This one caught by Parkinson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Stafford. Nakua snags it over the middle. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Past midfield to the 45. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap, because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field. It's Higbee.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look. It led to a nice game.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough, and they convert on third down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On play action, it's Stafford. The catch made by Nakua. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
On first and 10, Stafford. Pass is completed to Kupp. And the Rams are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Working out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught by the tight end, Tyler Higbee. Touchdown, Los Angeles. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Cardi now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams make the lead 4. It is 17-13. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Britton Covey now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with first and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Here's Barkley. And he'll take this across the 30 to about the 32. Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. Here's Braden Mann now. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Matthew Stafford and the Rams offense getting set to go again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. That's into the hands of Jordan Whittington. And that's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Thrown left side, the catch is made, and that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. To the air again, Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
It is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. Here's Ethan Evans now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we're at halftime, and it's the visitors, the Rams, taking the lead to the locker room. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it, and for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half, about to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley heading back on the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A pistol snap, back to Hurts. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw is Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
3rd and long for Hurts. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. He is in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
This is just backbreaking here. If you're the defense, you feel like you're in a really good spot. It's 3rd and pass. You understand what the offense likely has to do to convert the first down. They just don't do a great job of covering the receivers. And at the same point, let's give a lot of credit. Nice job by the quarterback working through his progression, getting to the right choice, and it pays off for a touchdown.
Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and Matthew Stafford heading back onto the field. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Williams. And this is going to be a Rams 1st down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now a 1st down throw for Stafford. That is intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reed Blankenship.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
They'll run. It's Barkley. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Hurts now. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Kyron Williams and the Rams offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's hauled in on the left by Nakua. That one good for a dozen and a very quick 1st down.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. 2nd down, it's Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down, L.A.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the 1st down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. On 1st down, Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here comes the Eagles punt team, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Cup in motion. On the play fake, here's Stafford. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. Play action now for Stafford. The blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Punt team headed out for the Rams. as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's caught left side by Goddard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's going to run it. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A 1st down throw for Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Hurts working in the pistol. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
To throw on 2nd down is Hurts. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Third down and 9. Hurts will work here from the pistol. That is brought in at the 10. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll take it on in. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagles.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
On is Elliott to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Eagles will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Rams offense ready to get back at it. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Cup in motion. That's to Higbee, the tight end. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Stafford now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now a give to Barkley, running right. And they finally take him down, but not before he gets to the Eagles' 34-yard line. That's a pickup of 33. The defense bewildered. A rough start to this drive.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A pistol snap back to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Hurts to the air on first down. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 4th down, here comes Jake Elliott for the Philadelphia field goal. This will be a 48-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Pass caught right side by Higbee. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
From the gun on 3rd downs. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Nakobe Dean.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Eagles offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. That'll be taken in by Barkley. On 2nd down, Hurts. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 5. Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. The Rams offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
The motion man is Nakua. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. Now a 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. And that'll be enough for a 1st down.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Off play action. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Stafford now on 2nd down. Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
The Rams punting unit coming out. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Hurts working in the pistol. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Second and 7. Looks like a design run. Hurts has it. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. And now it's third down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
On third down, it's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing third and long. Now Hurts. That's caught by Smith on the right side. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Eagles will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Over the middle, it's Kupp. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now a second down throw for Stafford. He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Kupp brings it in left side.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route, on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Again, it's Stafford. This one is caught by Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down. Throwing again is Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. Stafford to throw again. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Third and long. A shotgun snap to Stafford. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. Stafford to throw it. Taking the deep shot here with Robinson.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Barkley. Not much. 2nd and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
Second and a yard. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he will score. Saquon Barkley Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Elliott for the extra point. He's got it. And the Eagles will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. A first down throw for Stafford. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Second down, it's Stafford. That is caught downfield by Kupp. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
On second down, here's Stafford. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
3rd and long. Here's Stafford. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Whoa! And he's going to have the Rams first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Stafford brings the Rams to the line. They'll try to get 2. He'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense ready for this next possession. The lead is 17 as they try to maybe pull away in this one. It is 1st and 10. Hurts down to a knee, and that will wrap this one up. So it's a win here for the Eagles. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Eagles are winners, as we say, so long from South Philly.